So just about 24 hours after everybody else put out their reviews of the Royal Rumble, it's my turn. So this is what I thought. Yeah, I enjoyed it. Let's just have a quick look at all the matches, go through them. If you disagree with my opinion, then please leave a comment. Let me know. Give me a thumbs up if you agree. Thumbs down if you thought what I'm talking is a load of rubbish. But please do share on your social media if you could. That would be great. So here is my review of the 2021 Royal Rumble card. So to start with, we had the WWE title match. It is for the WWE title, the biggest title in the history of wrestling, there or thereabouts. And it started with Goldberg's entrance. It was great, and that is the best thing I can say about Goldberg is he does have a fantastic entrance, the same entrance he used to do in WCW. So he comes out, then we have Drew come out. Now, before this match started, I predicted maximum of 5 minutes. It went on for about 5 minutes. Who knew? Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, big hand again. So, it was a good match though. No real wrestling. Who expected any more? It was all finisher, finisher, finisher. Which, to be fair, when you're using them in that way, they're no longer a finisher. It's just another move. All power moves. And at the end, they had a bit of a cuddle, bit of a loving. That was nice. It was all good. You know, nothing too special about the WWE title match. It was pretty much what I expected. Very similar, to be fair, to what happened at WrestleMania last year. Both title matches then were basically the same. The Universal title a bit longer later on isn't in that category, but we'll get onto that one a bit later. So then the second match was for the Women's SmackDown title with your champ Sasha Banks taking on Carmella. Carmella came out for her new music. It's alright. Don't quite like it as much as her old music. But then she comes down to the ring. She's in the ring. And then Kayla Braxton has a weird interview with Sasha Banks before she goes in. Didn't really make a lot of sense. Didn't really see the point of it. It was a bit odd. And then, of course, we got it boss time as Sasha came out. Thanks for that, Michael. Always appreciate it's a boss time every time. When Michael and Corey went over to just SmackDown and were no longer on Raw, and Sasha was on Raw, it's like, oh great, no longer it's boss time. And then, of course, Sasha got drafted over to SmackDown. So every week we hear it's boss time. Get a new saying, Michael. So Sasha starts well. And then Reginald, who came out with Carmella, that's her sommelier, distracted her. Then Carmella starts taking control and she starts shouting like she does. Then Sasha gets thrown over and Reginald catches Sasha. Doesn't attack her, just catches her. Sasha then attacks him for no apparent reason. He then gets chucked into the back. Didn't really understand why this has happened, because it just does, because this is the WWE, so things just happen. And then they have a bit of a match and Sasha ends up winning. Who knew? Who knew that would happen? And then we get a interview with Sammy and the New Day with Kofi, who's not able to wrestle, but you know, it's a bit amusing. It's quite funny. And then we get someone called Bad Bunny, who Michael Cole later claims is the biggest name in music. Now, please do comment and tell me if any of you have heard of Bad Bunny. Personally, never heard of him. And he's singing a song called Booker T. Now, the book is stood there looking tough. And at the end, he says, "Can you dig it, sucker?" Yeah, whatever. Bit of a toilet break, that one for me. And then we've got the Women's Royal Rumble match, which was good. Really good. So it starts off with Bayley and Naomi. I think if we all remember, Bayley was my choice. Okay, so remember that one. And so Bayley and Naomi come out, then Bianca Belair comes out, and then it is the turn of Billie Kay. Now, Billie Kay doesn't want to go into the match. Bit of comedy here. She decides to go and sit on commentary and do that so we can hear her voice for a minute or so. Then Shotzi Blackheart comes out and she goes and says, "Hey, let's be partners." She sort of laughs at her. Shayna Baszler, yeah, she wasn't going to be part of it. Neither was Toni Storm. And then we get Jillian come out. Who remembers Jillian? Yeah, the one with the annoying singing voice. Yep, so they tag up. Before this happens, Shotzi Blackheart is thrown out. Then we have a few more come in. And then after Mickie James comes in, my choice, Bayley, she's out. So there goes my Sasha Banks versus Bayley at WrestleMania match. But we'll see what happens. Then towards the end, Natty comes in, so she's the last person in. And then the last ones in are Natalya, Charlotte, Rhea Ripley, and Bianca Belair. So 2 future wrestlers against 2 veterans. And it ends up coming down to Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair. So we know we're going to get a new star here because the 2 old guard are out, down to the last 2. Bianca Belair wins. She came in at number 3. And, she has got a good future. Hopefully, they're not going to waste her. And she can go on to become, if not champion at WrestleMania, still progress and become one of the top stars in the women's division. After that, also during this match, my favourite part of the match was when R-Truth comes out and he's the 24/7 champion. It was about the same time that Alicia Fox came in. He gets in, gets pinned by Alicia Fox. Alicia Fox is a new 24/7 champion for a couple of minutes, and then R-Truth wins it back. Almost forgot that bit. That was the highlight of the match. Well, not the highlight of the match, but that was a very funny moment of the match. Then Kayla Braxton, again, she enters the ring and has an interview with Bianca Belair, and she's blubbering and saying, "Oh, really, thank you, Mum and Dad," and all that sort of rubbish. And then the Miz and Morrison decides, you know what, this Bad Bunny bloke, he's going to become our mate, and we're going to make him, and he's going to become a big superstar. And he basically says no. They then start running down Booker T, who surprisingly comes up behind them. Why he's not in with Bad Bunny? Maybe he'd gone to the toilet or something. Who knows? You would imagine that these rooms in these stadiums possibly might have a toilet, so we don't really know where he is. And we get the, "Tell me you didn't just say that. Tell me you didn't just say that." And then they go, and then we go back to the pre-show panel, which has got to be good because you got Charlie there, and JBL, and Sonya Deville, and Pete Rosenberg, who I don't actually know who he is. Anyway, so there we are. They're having a little chat going on about how Bianca was amazing and she won the Rumble and she's such an inspiration and all that malarkey. And then R-Truth turns up again, 24/7 champion. Anyway, he kicks Pete Rosenberg out of his seat, sits himself down, and then it's like, Pete Rosenberg is like, no, this ain't right. Truth, John Cena's back. So he gets up, John Cena's back. And of course he gets then a surprise roll up, and now Pete Rosenberg runs off. He's your new 24/7 champion. Possibly lost it on Raw. Haven't watched Raw. Don't tend to watch Raw because it's a bit naff. So as of this moment, as of me talking of this, Raw has happened, but I don't know what's happened on it. But Pete Rosenberg is your new 24/7 champion. He may not be anymore, who knows, but I don't really know who he was anyway. So then we go to the Universal title match. Now this for me is already the match of the year. Last man standing, your champ, your tribal chief, Roman Reigns, taking on KO. And it was everything you'd want it to be. Everything that the WWE title match wasn't, this is. This match is Fabu. Okay, so we start off, they both roughing and toughing. KO gets a bit of an advantage. They end up climbing up onto where the people normally are, but now you've got these LED TV things. And KO, I don't know why they got chairs up there because no one sits up there, but there's all these chairs spaced out, and KO is attacking Roman with these chairs, and then Roman gets back, does a few Superman punches like he does, throws KO off into this table, which, that must be it, and the referee's counting. He gets up on an 8 or 9 count, goes to the backstage area, and then he's looking around, and all of a sudden, Roman Reigns comes out in a golf cart and hits him, and you think, well, that's it, he must be done now because he's got hit by a car. The referee counts to 8 or 9 again. He just about gets up. Then KO takes control again, and he finds he doesn't find, it was already there, a forklift, and he puts the thing up as high as it'll go, climbs up it, and then jumps off it and does a great swanton. But for me, why did you not use it had a pallet on it, put the pallet on Roman, he can't get up, referee counts. Anyway, so the match carries on, and we see the Money in the Bank briefcase. So I'm thinking, it could be a cash in here. Could be a cash in. This could happen. We could have The Miz actually cash in properly this time, which would have made sense because it's a last man standing match. So whoever wins should be quite tired by the end of this match. But how it ends is quite funny. So Roman and Kevin go separated somehow, and Kevin goes around, and it looks like he burns his arm on this light, these lighting rigs. Anyway, Roman now has some from somewhere, because I understand you have chairs, you have tables and all that. Not really sure why you would have handcuffs. Anyway, he gets the handcuffs, Roman, and he starts hitting Kevin. He's planning on obviously tying him up somehow. Doesn't happen. Anyway, KO then takes control, and he manages to handcuff Roman Reigns to the light rig, but so he can't get up, so he's down as low as he can. Anyway, so then the referee is counting to 10, because that's how you win a last man standing match. As he gets to 9, Roman grabs him by his shirt and pulls him, smacks his head into the lighting rig, so that's it, he can't count anymore. So they then get another referee. This is bizarre, this bit. So he starts to count again. He counts up to 4, and because Paul Heyman, who is now trying to undo it, can't undo the handcuff, he just stops. That's it. I won't carry on because obviously it's scheduled that you're not going to end up losing like this. So I'll just stop counting. But there was no reason for him to stop counting. He just decided to. So they get Roman out. And then Roman gets up and puts KO in a guillotine, and KO passes out. It was a bizarre ending, really, but it was a great match. Ending, yeah, okay, we'll give him, it was good, but it was a bit of a strange way to lose the title, in my personal opinion. Then we've got the main event at a Royal Rumble, which is normally always, the Men's Royal Rumble. which personally I thought the Women's Rumble was better, but the outcome was great. So my pick here was Sheamus, if you remember. I did choose Roman for the title, and I did choose Drew for the WWE. So far I've got those right. There was another point when they did say that the women's title changed hands. So Shayna Blazer and Nia Jackson now your new champions. I got that one wrong. But then we got the men's match. So to start with, we got Edge and then Orton in the match. Now, before Randy Orton comes down, Edge in at number 1 decides to go up and start attacking Randy, and they'll get into the ring and they go under the ropes and they're not out and they have a fight. Then Sammy comes down and he starts helping Randy attack Edge. Mustafa Ali, who has a real problem with old timers coming back and stealing his spot, comes in there all attacking Edge. Then Jeff Hardy. Then they all somehow go outside again. Randy Orton gets himself injured and 2 of the referees carry him off, and that's it. Randy seemingly is out of the Royal Rumble. Or is he? So then the match continues. We get quite a few people come out. Get some, pleased to see the return of Carlito. Carlito looks like he could be back, hopefully. Damian Priest comes out. He looked strong. The Miz and Morrison also come out and they're looking good. Why John Morrison was ever allowed to leave should have been pushed, should have been a main event star years ago. Fantastic wrestler. Then the Bad Bunny comes out and he distracts the Miz and Morrison, and they're then eliminated by Damian Priest. He then gets up onto the top rope and does a suicide dive onto them, or body press, whatever you want to call it. Then we also get the Hurricane come out, and well, he did well, didn't he? Christian then, off of Edge and Christian, he comes in, he makes his presence known. Who else did we get come back? We got come back Seth friggin' Rollins. Rollins is back. Woo! I hear you all say. Braun looked strong for about 30 seconds and then got exhausted and had to sit down. And then, last few, then we have Styles, Bryan, Riddle, Strowman, Christian, and Edge. So, it looks like Edge wins. Edge is winning. Yeah, Edge has won. Randy Orton comes back. RKO from out of nowhere. Hey, who knew that? That Sly Dog would come back and try and win at the end. He then went to try and throw Edge out. Edge reversed it. Edge throws Randy Orton out. Edge is going to WrestleMania. Friggin' Edge, the Rated R Superstar. Main event at WrestleMania. Woo! I will take that. Personally, I thought it was a great Royal Rumble as a pay-per-view. Preferred last year's Rumble match in many ways. That was helped by the fact that we had a proper audience there. I think what the WWE did here, though, was put on a top pay-per-view. Is it better, obviously, with fans? 100%, because you've got that interaction. They decided to put a cheers track onto Seth Rollins' return. I'm pleased to see him, but I don't think he would have got too many cheers. All in all, I really enjoyed this year's Royal Rumble. Sorry it's a day later than most other reviews, but, I had to watch it all. I had to go to work, so it slows you down a bit. But all in all, really enjoyed it. If you enjoyed it, then please do give us a like, give us comments, tell me what you liked, tell me what you didn't like. And, I always enjoy reading what people have to say. Anyway, peace everybody. I'll see you next time. Hope you enjoy.